Hello, my makeup-loving friends. It is the episode that nobody asked for, but I've given you anyways. This is holiday releases and rants, and there's so much SHIT that we've had to do 3 separate ones. Today's episode is all about the affordable new makeup releases, and I am joined by the beautiful Rebecca JU reporting for Beauty Duty. You have seen her on my channel before, and yes, she has upstaged me. I'm very angry at her. They've all upstaged me. Don't they know this is my channel and I'm meant to be the best looking one? No, apparently not. The memo was not received. You know the drill, follow her. If you don't, I'll hurt you. We have Brianna. She has her own channel as well. It's Draconian Brianna. She is fabulous. She has quite a few MAC and Colourpop hauls, and she has a Winifred mug. So frankly, if that doesn't get you, and the fact that she's wearing a Jurassic Park Christmas jumper, then frankly, why are you watching my channel? You know, you clearly do not vibe with me. And finally we have Claire. This is Claire Gilpin. She of course has her own channel, and she is based in Northern Ireland, so we are either side of the divide. It's beautiful, it's very Derry girls, you know, we're bridging the divide between our two beautiful nations. But it's all good. Brexit be damned. That went weirdly political. Anyways, why not? The world is ending. Let's get into it. We have a whole chunk of stuff in terms of affordable makeup releases. Revolution and all of their iterations, whether it's Makeup Revolution, iHeart Revolution, Revolution Pro, Revolution R Us, whatever it is that they're going on, they have about 1,000 different releases. Because if we're looking at even just Makeup Revolution, they have quite a few gift sets. They're all slashed in price because obviously the closer it's getting to Christmas Day, they're like, quickly, get out. They have like quite a few glow collections. They have massive colourful palette. Which,
how many shades is that?
196.
You never need another eyeshadow in your life.
How do you store it?
It's crap. I bet they're all crap. I bet the pigmentation is and it's rubbish. No one wants this.
No. Do you know what it is good for?
Nobody wants that.
No. Do you know what it would be good for? Right, it's £15, and what I reckon it would be good for is if you had a tiny human, you know, 6 or 7 years old, and they wanted makeup, and you were like, you are not getting into my nice stuff. Here's something nice for you. Nice and inexpensive, and they're going to feel all fancy for it. That's what I think that's for, but it's definitely not for an adult.
Yeah, I think so. Like starting out makeup.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's funny, a lot of their stuff kind of is looking like it's starting out makeup. It's very all over the place. That one in particular, like they've their glow kind of collection, which I think makes a certain amount of sense. Then of course they have an advent calendar that is just, I mean, a couple of mishmashes of bits and pieces, and they have their illuminating glow set. There's 3 different shades. There's rose, glow, and bronze. They're £20. Like, I mean, everything is quite affordable. It's going from being about what £12 up to about £30-ish in terms of the Makeup Revolution stuff. So it doesn't exactly break the bank. I love how one of the things in the advent calendar is a scrunchie.
I'm banned from scrunchies.
You're banned from scrunchies.
I love scrunchies. I'll be honest, I love a scrunchie. I'll be like, ooh.
But they get stolen and hidden.
But yeah, that's just a lot of stuff from Makeup Revolution. And of course, like I said, Revolution have so many iterations. They also have their iHeart Revolution stuff. So they have like the Chocoholic Revolution set, and there's a lot in there. And I always associate iHeart Revolution as being more kiddish. Maybe that's just me.
Yeah, I wouldn't buy from it. No, I'd rather go just Makeup Revolution.
Yeah, same. I would go like Makeup Revolution, Revolution Pro. Those would be the ones that I'd kind of gravitate towards. But when I look at iHeart Revolution, I think tween, you know, like that's.
Layers, I think it is. Isn't that pink, really bright store?
Yeah. Yeah.
I was so excited about XX Revolution on its release, but they've not really taken it anywhere from there. Like, I feel like it's a bit of a missed opportunity at Christmas. I feel like they really could have done something super fun, especially as that it's not on the cheap side. It's almost like Morphe prices. So I feel like they've missed a trick there. Like, I would have probably gone and like spent more money on them, especially I work for Boots, you know. I would like, you know, have a XX stand in my store, and I just feel like it's a little bit of a missed opportunity for me.
Oh, absolutely. Like, it does just look like another Revolution Pro. Like, when I look at their palette, and that's not me dissing Revolution Pro or whatever, but it's, and actually one of my Patreons had a really, really good comment that she put, because I put all of the slides of these up. Sarah said, all of the Makeup Revolution, Revolution Pro, XX Revolution, and all the other sub-brands just seem to be rolling into one. All of the products look similar. There just isn't anything that really distinguishes each brand. The only real thing is pink and pretty packaging for I Heart Revolution, but the actual products still look the same. I actually agree, because you can't distinguish between them. I look at the XX Revolution and I just see Revolution Pro.
Yeah, and like I Heart Revolution, there's like those wee 3 palettes. They, like, if you didn't tell me where they were from, I would think that they're that new XX Revolution.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's very odd. I mean, they have a lot of stuff there. I think they're nice stocking fillers for a lot of people. You know, they have their makeup obsession, which I believe some of those are available at Boots, if I remember correctly. And I think Boots
makeup obsession, yeah,
they're doing like a 3 for 2. So again, you know, they've like their little 9-pan palettes. They're all very like neutral and quite safe. And I think that's what a lot of brands are doing this year, is just playing it safe, because they're like, pandemic. Let's not do anything too interesting. And I'm like, we're stuck inside, lads. If we can't be parakeets now, when can we be parakeets?
And the one thing I like though is the matte lip pigment set from Revolution Pro. That's down to 15. I actually really like that formula. I have a couple of them, and to be honest, I may have a look.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, I think that looks really good, because it says it's worth £40, but it's down to 15.
Yeah, I think that's a good price actually for them all.
Because like, what you're getting, is it 8 of them? Yeah, 8 for £15. That's not bad.
No.
I think there's 1 or 2
of NARS.
Yeah, I think they're meant to be, aren't they?
I have like the same one here. They literally look identical.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, here's the Revolution Pro.
But yeah, you can see there's loads of stuff from Revolution. They even have some skincare stuff.
I think skincare is nice for Christmas gifts. Like, I think they're good ideas, but just I don't know why you would need 5 different types of face spray in one set.
Yeah.
And plus, I think face spray is also a scam.
Yeah, and a lot of them contain very harsh alcohols that actually ruin your skin in the long term. The trio of face masks, that wouldn't go anywhere near my skin with a barge pole. Yeah, I'd say a lot of their skincare is actually decent, and the one thing that's probably really good out of this collection are the toners, potentially, but one skin type would not need all 3 of those. It would be good buying it a gift and separating them potentially, but what they've missed a trick here is doing a dry, ultra dry, oily combo, like different skincare things, and they've really missed.
Yeah, definitely. It's very mishmashed and not really well thought out of, because like, yeah, okay, you could buy it and then separate it out, but then that's going to look really weird and fragmented, giving somebody, and like it's not in its packaging, and I don't know, it's weird. For me, I suppose if I was buying skincare for somebody, I wouldn't get them Revolution skincare. And then that's not me being like mean or whatever, but like if it's somebody that I really care about and I love, I'm going to splurge and get them something nice and be like, oh, here's some Glow Recipe, or here's, you know, like I got my mother like a Glow Recipe watermelon sleeping mask, and she loves that. I wouldn't feel right giving her Revolution skincare. Now she'd love it. She'd be like, yeah, grand. But I would be like, no, I feel a bit, but that's probably just me bringing my own BS into it and being weird. But I kind of feel like if you're going to give skincare to somebody, maybe give them something really nice, because skincare is such a self-care, decadent type thing. And like even Tia was on this week just talking about how she herself wouldn't spend an awful lot on skincare. A lot of people don't tend to. So wouldn't it be nice as a gift to get something that's a little bit splurgy that you yourself wouldn't get, but that is like indulgent? Maybe that's just me.
I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, I want to be fancy, god damn it. I want to be fancy. And I want my friends to
Show my appreciation.
Yeah, basically, I'm like the equivalent of a cat. I'm like, I don't really know how to show my love in like words or other things, but I'm like, here's a dead bird, or a face mask. take what you need. But yeah, that's Revolution. They have just a mishmash of stuff. Like I said, it's really difficult to differentiate between them as to what's going on. XX Revolution started off on a high. Released this summer, and it's just kind of plateaued, really. There's not a lot coming out from there that I found interesting. And what we looked at this week in terms of the light up palette, that was the weirdest thing I've seen.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that on Instagram.
I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? From that, then we have Wet n Wild, and Wet n Wild have essentially this kind of star collection. So there's some quads, they're $4.99. There's these glitter highlighter duos, and I remember talking about this, and I had Elena on, and Elena basically had really bad PTSD because she was like, the last time I tried glitter from Wet n Wild, it was Vaseline with glitter. In the highlighter duo, it's like,
that's what that is.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. So it's like one half is like powder, and then the other half looks like a gel cream mess.
Trash.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it's
Trash.
It's so odd. It's very, very odd. They've, lip scrubs, they've lip glosses, but that's their collection for Christmas this year. It's very pared down. There isn't a lot kind of happening in that, in my opinion. They're playing it very safe.
No, not at all. Like some of the palettes are quite nice, but
yeah. But the thing is with Wet n Wild, they're either really good or they're trash. Like,
there is no in between.
That's the thing. I'm not like, I've either like really enjoyed some of their stuff. The highlighter is lovely. I got the Bretman Rock palette from Elena. I loved that. And then I've gotten other bits that I'm like, what is this?
I've got the foundation on today, the dewy version.
Yeah.
And I actually really like it, although their shade range is trash.
Yeah.
But I really love it. It's actually really nice foundation. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, this is the thing. They either do stuff really, really well, or it's abysmal. Like there isn't, like Brianna was kind of hinting there. There's like no middle ground of like, oh, that's okay, which is very odd. Like there's this green shimmer in the Bretman Rock one, and it makes me want to weep. It's beautiful.
It's a good thing.
It's so good. I just want to smear it all over my body.
I want to swap it.
Like that would be weird. So I only do that when no one's around because they would judge me, But yeah, that's Wet n Wild. It's an odd mishmash of things. We then have Profusion. Profusion are going for it now. Some of this is, I know, available in Boots, and then some of it is available exclusively to Profusion. For those of you who are in the States, you can probably pick it up in Walmart, etc. They have a lot of stuff. They have quite a few different quads. They have like a face palette, highlighters, lip glosses, sponges, various tools. I mean, it's just, there's a lot of stuff. There's glitters. I mean, I have 3 pages worth of Profusion stuff. Or is it 4 pages? 4 pages worth of Profusion stuff. There is so much. So much stuff. I think the quads look kind of cute.
Yeah, they're like the nicest.
Yeah. Like out of all of them, I'd say that's the stuff that I think are quite cute. And then, their lip stuff is quite nice. Their glitters are really, really nice.
Okay.
I really like their glitters. And then the rest is all kind of pretty safe. It's, some highlighter palettes, some kind of liquid highlighters, brushes, that sort of thing. There's even some like gel nail polishes. Yeah, it's a fair amount of stuff. Again, playing it fairly safe, but I wouldn't give out to them for that because, you know, the Rona.
Yeah.
Damning with faint praise. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing I would personally get there. Like, if, again, and I don't know why I keep saying like a gun to my head, like in what circumstances somebody going to put a gun to my head and say, you must choose an affordable Christmas palette. It's a really weird scenario to be in, but I'd probably maybe go for like those little quads, like one of those, because I'd be like, okay, that's the least offensive to me, but the rest of it, I don't know. Maybe Elena has picked up a few of them because, you know, she is the profusion queen. And then, you know, we thought that profusion had a lot, but Elf also just came out with a ton of stuff. It took me forever to compile all of the stuff on Elf because, again, there's pages and pages of stuff on that. They have like a glitter eyeshadow vault, so it's like those little glitters that they are selling individually, but you can get them all together. They have some kind of skincare stuff. They have lip balms. They have like sets of bits and pieces, some eyeshadows, just the general stuff that you kind of expect from them. They have like an absolutely hideous eyeshadow palette that has like, what, 3, 6, 9, 10, 40 shades of just beige and a bit of blue pops in there that I'm like,
Vile.
what is this? Like, again, like, the thing is, I quite like Elf. I got their little quads. I thought they were really
love Elf. I really like Elf. I really rate Elf. I would love that pack, the vault of glitters.
Yeah, I think that was smart of them to do, definitely. But yeah, that 40 pan eyeshadow palette, I'm just like, what is that?
Does that come with that face palette in it as well? So it's
It
like
does.
the face and the eyes, yeah. I mean, all those face colours look the same to you, or is that just
Yeah.
It's like a slight varied range of like a cup of tea.
Yeah. How do you like your cup of tea on a scale of?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an odd one. But then they also have like you know, like nail polishes and a lot of like I was going to say utensils. Is that the correct word?
Brush sets. Like multiple brush sets.
Yeah. I'm like, geez, how many do you have? There is quite a few, and lots of skincare. There's some scrunchies in there as well, girls.
Woohoo!
They're like
very important.
Yeah. Yeah, there is just a lot of, like, there's a whole page of essentially brushes at one point, and again, I mean, they outdid Profusion. They just have pages and pages and pages of stuff that I was like, oh my god, are you okay? Are you okay? Like, is everything okay? Like, but for me, there's nothing that I would personally go for, although I do think the glitter vault is a really good idea for them.
That's nice.
Yeah, I think out of all of them, I think that's the thing that is most interesting. I think they missed a trick. What they should have done, and I didn't see it anywhere, was maybe doing like a little pack of their putty primers, because you know how they have the matte, they have the poreless, and they have the luminous. Why not put all three of them together in a little saver thing?
Yeah, I agree. Or with the skincare, with its skin type too.
Yeah,
would have worked. Although I wouldn't want matte, even though I'm oily. But yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't think it's bad. I think there's some really nice little stocking fillers there. Again, the amount of brushes, and I know that like Elena has used quite a few of the Elf like J Kisser brushes, and she really rates them. That'd be really nice for people who are just starting off, kind of getting them bits and pieces. Along with that 196 pan Makeup Revolution eyeshadow palette, you're sorted. What else do you need? Then one of the next ones we have is Milani. I still feel hard done by in terms of Milani because I got a trashy eyeshadow palette from them recently, and it still makes me angry. But their blushes are amazing. Their highlighters are incredible. So they are quite smart in the sense that they made sure that they actually put a whole baked blush vault together.
10 blushes.
Yeah, I know.
I don't own any of their blushes actually.
They're really good.
They are lovely. I have one.
They're just, I've seen them in store because some booths stock them. They all just look so pale.
They're
I
very
was gonna
pigmented.
say, they aren't very varied.
No. Well, this is, I think, actually drugstore brands are often the worst for this. Well, actually, no, I can't really say that. I actually think makeup brands in general just show their inherent racism of like, yes, white people, we like you. Let's forget everybody else from medium tone skin up. Like, it's ridiculous, but you can really see it in the likes of Milani, Elf, etc. that, you know, they're very poor. This is why everyone lost their mind. Like, was it 2 or 3 years ago when Fenty came out and they actually had, I don't know, an inclusive shade range, and everyone was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And it's like, no, this is a bare minimum. Like, why are you applauding this? Don't get me wrong, I'm delighted that she did, but everyone was like, oh my god, isn't she amazing for doing this? And it's like, but everyone should be doing this.
Yeah, you're right there.
Like, I know I'm in a position of privilege where I can't really say much because I can walk in anywhere and I can get something that suits me because I am super pale, and a lot of companies actually do genuinely cater to me. They're like, yes, it looks like you've never left the house or seen the light of day. Come in, we have a foundation made just for you. But like, I do just find it inherently problematic that there's so many brands out there, and I can't say it's just drugstore, because if you look at the likes of Tom Ford is horrific for it. He has basically been out and out. He said like he's super racist and is like, oh yes, I make my stuff like super expensive so certain people can't buy them.
Yeah, my stuff is priced as it is because I don't because it's made for the rich. It's like something that he'd said.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So like, it's just things like that. But like, when we look at like Christmas stuff, again, it almost highlights the disparity between the different skin tones. Because like, if we look at most of the stuff that we've looked at so far, they'd turn up on my skin tone no problem. But if we took any palette at random and say, for instance, just went, oh, Rebecca, you try this, it may not work for Rebecca, and Rebecca is very light skinned.
Oh yeah, Rebecca is light medium. I'm not even like a medium. I have a lot of bronzer on.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
But like, and if it wouldn't fit you, what's the chances of it working for somebody like Lupita Nyong'o or something like that? You know, like,
It won't.
Exactly. So it's just like, newsflash, not everyone is Caucasian.
I didn't really, like, I suppose I really like clocked on recently when Doll Beauty, like a lot of their lipsticks, they model on like darker skin tones, and I'm like, well, how is that going to look on me? I don't know. And I suppose that's what like darker skin people always have to deal with. Will that lipstick shade work on my skin tone? Will it work on my lips or eyeshadows? Yeah, so I suppose we're just so lucky you could browse an image and it's always on like a fair skinned person.
Yeah, see, that's the thing, we have that privilege of just being able to go, oh yeah, we can see what this swatch is like or how this is going to wear on my skin tone 99.99999% of the time. But if you are of a darker skin tone and you're looking to say, oh, I wonder how this eyeshadow is going to look on me, or I wonder how this foundation is going to look on me, what are the undertones? Good luck, because you're not going to find it unless like it's a dedicated brand.
Yeah,
this won't. But like, yeah, I think, you know, when you're looking at these collections, you can really kind of see a lot of these are very much catered towards a white audience, which, yay, equality. Yeah, it's symptomatic of a lot of stuff that's going on. But yeah, Milani, they have like some eyeshadow palettes as well. There's an eyeshadow palette in there that I think is their attempt to dupe Natasha Denona's gold palette. And
yeah, I can see that you said, yeah.
Yeah, I will say,
I will whip it out, the real thing.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah, it's a very clear attempt at a dupe. But what I will say, if the quality is anything like the eyeshadow I tried from them before, avoid. Even if it is cheap, it's gonna be rubbish, and you're gonna get no payoff, and it's gonna annoy you. And then like, I'm just staring at it because it's like it's on my drawer of regrets, and I'm like, I hate you so much. So don't. That is my general thing. Like, don't get that. But they also have like these little eyeshadow duos and makeup sets and sprays and bits and pieces. So it's a whole lot of noise. But yeah,
setting spray.
Yeah.
Is that even going to work on top of your foundation?
I
no.
Don't know.
Is the answer to that question? No. It's not really a thing. Yeah. SPF belongs as part of your skincare routine.
Yeah, they've just put that in as like a marketing thing. Like you can't just have SPF in a setting. And even if it was, it would also give you a white cast if it was actually effective, because that's what SPF would do. So
it depends on the type of SPF. So a chemical SPF will leave you a white cast because it absorbs the UVA rays. No, it bounces them back. Whereas like a mineral SPF will absorb it and you won't get the white cast. So for example, like the Bare Minerals foundation that has an SPF in it will not give you Flashback Mary. Unlike a cheaper drugstore brand that has SPF in it, you will get Flashback Mary.
But my kind of question mark over that would be, I would almost stake my life that it would be a chemical SPF rather than a mineral. So that's why I'm saying it would probably make you look white.
Yeah, and to be honest, I would have the biggest allergic reaction to that crap too.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel it thinking about it, to be honest.
Yeah, and it's not just because she has a sequin top, you know. It's actually...
I am itchy. I am itchy.
You've heard it here first. Then BH Cosmetics came out with a chunk of stuff as well for Christmas. They're a funny one. And I say this because like they either do really interesting stuff or they do really like meh stuff, because they recently came out again with the Sweet Shop collection that everyone like lost their mind over, myself included. I thought they were lovely. But this is their Christmas stuff. They have a naughty palette, a nice palette. They have brush sets, lipstick stuff, glitters, highlighters, all of that sort of jazz. Exactly what we would kind of expect. But when I'm looking at this, I just think Kylie Cosmetics.
Yeah, I see that. But I think this is a good, solid Christmas release. Like nice packaging, good Christmassy themed. I've heard amazing things about the Naughty palette. I'm very tempted. I would really like that. Angelica Nyqvist, she like has been raving about it. Like I would love it.
Yeah, I mean, I found BH to be really good quality lately. Like not all of the palettes speak to me, but when they do, and I go off and get them, I found them to be really darn good. Like I said, the Sweet Shop palettes, I'm like, oh my god, they were some of my favorites to try this year. I was like, oh, get on my face. But I mean, the color stories aren't interesting to me, but I can totally see how they're Christmassy. They're just not like wabam enough for me. I would like more oomph to it.
Yeah.
That's just me being really pedantic and whatever, because I have a frightening amount of makeup, so I can afford to be choosy, but I can't afford.
I wouldn't pick anything up. I know people really rate their brush sets, but their brush sets just white and gold. It's a bit boring. So
yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with it, but it is what it is. We also have Essence. Essence have quite a few things. Essence are kind of doing the general thing of, here are stuff that we already have as part of our line, but we're just repackaging and giving it back. So they have like, say, all of their mascaras as part of a vault, some of their lipsticks.
I love those mascaras. They're unreal, but again, you don't need 4 mascaras.
I will say though, to get 4 of them for $14.99, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, and that's like their Lash Princess one. And they also have like an advent calendar, which apparently has 24 products with 3 full-size products for $44.99. And the rest of the products, the other 21, are all exclusive limited edition items. So I would say you could probably get that for less now that, you know, we're well into Advent season. They're probably trying to get rid of stock. So, you know, I'm just saying, if you want to like get a last-minute gift for somebody that you really don't care about.
This is a video of how you can save on all of it.
Yeah, here you go.
That's why we're so late. Don't pay full price.
So we also have Catrice. Catrice have actually partnered up with Caviar Gauche. I'm not even sure if I've pronounced that right, but it's apparently a designer brand, and they have a special limited edition Christmas thing. And actually looking at this, I do think it looks very Christmassy. Is it inclusive in terms of its shade range? Hell no. But it's Christmassy looking and affordable. They have, you know, an eyeshadow palette. It's it's €8.99. They have a highlighter for €5.59, a multi-purpose brush for €5.59, 2 different nail lacquers for €2.99 each, and they have a volumizing lip booster in 2 different shades for €3.99. I actually think it's quite a nice little collection, very Christmassy looking.
It's quite pretty, yeah.
Yeah. I know that Catrice is sold in pennies, so I may have a little look to see if that's down there.
Yeah, we can't get it up here.
Yeah. Well, this is what happens. Brexit.
Yeah, meh.
Yeah. Rebecca's like, that wouldn't work on me. Don't even wish to entertain it. I don't think it's bad. You know, that it's, I can see it being Christmassy. NYX lost their mind and just, they had this whole, what was it they called it? Diamonds and Ice Please collection. And there's just so much. They came out with like lipstick vaults, with eyeshadow vaults. It was mostly, there was just a lot of lipstick vaults.
Yeah, there's
what? It was just like a load of like liquid lipsticks or like bullet lipsticks. It was just lipsticks. A lot of, how many times can I say lipsticks?
But there's like 8 vaults just for like different kinds of lipsticks, lip glosses.
Yeah. And even their advent calendar, they have a 12-day advent calendar, and that's all lipsticks as well.
yeah.
Oh, that's what that is? I thought it was another vault.
Yeah, I mean, it might as well be another vault. It kind of is. So they have all of these different lip stuff, and then like interspersed in that, they have like some highlighters. The 3-tier highlighter reminds me very much of the ABH highlighter trio that came out, was it last year or something? So, and even the packaging looks like it. So I'm like,
Yeah.
what you doing there, NYX? I see you.
NYX have done the packaging a couple of times actually with like glitters and things. This releases, I get it. Like it's a good way of getting like value stuff. I bought one of the vaults in a sale for like half price a while ago, and I didn't use like 80% of the colours and ended up having to throw loads of them away because they were off. Like it's just very wasteful.
Yeah.
A lot of it.
Yeah.
Unless you don't have a lot of makeup.
Yeah, and for us, I feel like the 4 of us probably are not in the group that like need makeup. Like we buy makeup because we want it. Like we're not like, oh Jesus, I really don't have any red lipsticks. We're like, oh, what shade of red? What undertones?
I have swatched all of them. None of them are technically the same. They're all just a little bit different.
See, Brianna and I understand each other. We're like, to the untrained eye, they may look the same.
But they're not.
There's a lot of stuff from NYX. Like I said, it's very lip heavy. They also have this advent calendar, which again, I just look at things like that and I think that's really nice for a teenager who's getting into makeup. These are my main thoughts when I look at these big bulky gifts that I'm like, oh, that's what I give to a 13-year-old who's just starting off with makeup. And, you know, you don't want to get them anything that's wildly expensive. Like, that's not bad. And they're all fairly affordable. I know that they're in Boots and stuff at the moment, and you could probably get them for, like, discounts, etc. So if any of those tickle your pickle or tickle your fancy or tickle anything on you, remember that consent is very important, and they really shouldn't be doing that without your approval. So, you know, just saying. Colourpop have a lot of stuff as well. I have to say I'm a bit underwhelmed with Colourpop's holiday collection.
Yeah. It's just the same thing, slightly different.
Yeah, I like the names. You know, Ménage à Moi shadow palette. Like I'm like, hey, that's cute. But other than that, I just look at it and this does not read holiday to me. This reads spring, summer-ish to me. You know, like a neutral.
This is autumn to me.
Yeah, I can see that as well. I just, like when I think of Christmas or holidays, I think like glitter and glow and fanciness. And
why is it all so pale?
Yeah. Even the blushes are very like, yeah.
Only 2 of the lip products would work for me. None of the blushes would work for me. Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Again, like it's just more of that whole, you know, issue around inclusivity. Yeah, they're cheap, but you know, there's nothing that I would personally get there. Yeah. But Morphe also have some Christmas stuff as well. Again, as per usual, they're like, here's some brush sets. And we're like, how many brush sets do you have, Morphe? Like, how many?
those brushes and said they're actually really bad quality. She got them in her Glam Fam package.
Oh,
Um,
really?
Yeah, and she just says they were rubbish. She would not recommend at all.
Interesting. Yeah, and I know Alex tried the 35XO, the eyeshadow palette, and I think she was kind of like, yeah, it's okay, but like it's not worth, like I don't think that's anywhere near as interesting as the 39S, like the Such a Gem palette. Like if you had the Such a Gem, why would you go for this?
You wouldn't.
More pinky. It is different, but yeah, it's not calling my name really.
No, I'm very underwhelmed with it. They have like their out and about trios. There's like a purpley one, and then there's a brownie one. They have their misters, and then they have some highlighters, which, I mean, the shade range on that, like, okay, Morphe. Go
That
home.
purple lip kit is interesting color. I
Yeah,
don't know.
yeah.
I like the brown a lot, actually. That's very Rebecca, but yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't wildly speak to me, but yeah, they've all of those. Some of them are sold out. Like I know the eyeshadow palette has sold out for some reason. Don't like that was very shady of me. Oh well, I still mean it. Yeah, some of them have like sold out. I really don't get it, but yeah, that's Morphe. Very kind of underwhelming. Kiko Milano, they came out with their Holiday Gems collection, and I ended up kind of talking about this twice within my releases and rants, because they kind of released one half of the collection around about October-ish, and then they released the next part of the collection in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and I was like, wait, what's going on? But they have a lot of stuff. They have highlighters, blushes, eyeshadow palettes, like a ton of lipsticks, some single shadows, like, I mean, there's just so much to it, and they've like little sets, so you can buy lipsticks on their own. Again, if you were looking at these, I think the big thing that you would notice is they're very pale centric, like they
The
are.
packaging is so beautiful.
Yeah, and I will say it's very affordable, and it looks like very luxe packaging.
Oh, I want the highlighter palette that I can make it work. I'm here for this. I know. Yeah.
And like I said, they're not wildly expensive, because like say the highlighter palette, that's €24.99, so that'd be about £20. That's not bad.
If I was in town and walking past the Kiko Milano shop, I would be like, have a look.
You'd have to get that.
Just have a little look, see. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a solid Christmas collection. Like I can, like even their packaging, like you said, I just look at that and it looks really pretty.
It does.
Classic. I think they've done that well. Like I don't hate it. A glowing review. I don't hate it. Yeah, so that's Kiko Milano. Then Sosu Jackson, she is Irish. Hooray! She has her own brand, and she has a couple of different bits and pieces, and she's put things as being ornaments, because apparently when we buy makeup we like them to be ornaments as well. And I did have a Patreon put a comment on under that, and I had a little giggle over it. It was Sarah again. She said, and another thing, makeup belongs on my face, not the friggin' Christmas tree. I agree, Sarah. I agree. But like, it must cost them more to do packaging like this to add on those particular things, and I just think it's a bit wasteful. Like, and I realize the irony of that coming from me when I buy so much stuff. Like, I can't really be talking, but I do just think, oh, that's such unnecessary packaging, and we have one planet and we're kind of killing it at the moment. Oh, but yeah, let's just get more things and just hang them onto a tree. La 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 la. It just feels a bit weird. But she has like lashes and like lip kits and lip drawers and all these other bits, and also some tanning bits and pieces and some brushes, because I mean that's so for me, because like obviously look at me fading into my wall. I could totally do with a bit of a tan. But yeah, that's Sosu. I like her lashes. She does really nice lashes, but I can usually get them in pennies for a bit cheaper, or Primark, as you guys call them.
Primark
for me, yeah.
Oh, it's happened. The clashing of the titans over the names. Yeah, that's it. That's everything that's affordable that's coming out this holiday. Let me know if you've picked up anything, because I'm nosy. Not for any other reason than just I want to know what you've done with yourself, and I will judge you.
That sounded like such a euphemism. I want to know what you've done with yourself.
Yeah, everything with me is a euphemism, let's be real. But you know the drill. Do please follow these ladies. They are fabulous, and they have put up with my SH1T for doing this. They're fabulous. So Rebecca, Claire, and Brianna, do follow them. Do please like, comment, and subscribe. Do please share, because sharing is caring, unless, of course, it's an STD. You know, we want to share things at Christmas, but not genital herpes. You know, I'm just saying. But that's it. And we will see you guys in the next one. It's all about the indie releases. So come back. Bye.
Bye.